I didn't see who it was. It scrolled by too quickly, but I like the suggestion to add to the very end of this list the Washington Nationals somehow.
What are the team that the Harlem Globetrotters always beat?
The Generals?
Yeah.
Generals.
You should put them down.
They're due.
I've run out of space.
What's the the Seattle Dragons for the XFL team?
Oh yeah, right. XFL is still apparently happening to all of us at some point.
Yeah. We got an XFL team before our hockey team's done.
Are you going to have a hockey team?
Yes.
Next season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is going to be which means that Victoria, where we live, is going to have to choose.
We're not going to go with the Canucks. We don't care about the Canucks now. What would the addition of an extra competitor to the Canucks love make? Why would we suddenly start caring?
Well,
because Seattle's definitely going to win the cup first.
Exactly. We should jump on that bandwagon while there's still space.
In the grand scheme of the NHL, Victorians care a bit about the Canucks.
A bit.
They're the closest
Ben's
geographically.
thumbing
Unless you're
us
bad.
down.
Wow.
Ben disagrees.
Ben's an
No
Oilers
bus
boy,
stops
though.
for Jordan.
No?
XFL still exists? No, it's worse than that. The XFL exists again.
Yeah. It died, and they thought it was a good idea. Vince thought it was a good idea to bring it
Yeah,
back.
you know, we need a competitor to football.
What was that all trampolines version of basketball called?
Was it Slam Ball?
It was slam ball.
Yeah.
What is the Canucks record this season? I
Better
honestly
than
don't
it
even
should
know.
be?
You know who used to play Slam Ball, Graham? Craig from Screw Attack. Used to play, like, the pro level Slam Ball when it was a thing.
That's so odd.
Yeah.
Huh. Do you wanna know what the what the XFL, the announced 8 XFL teams are?
Yeah. I mean, no, but yes.
So the Eastern Conference, the DC Defenders, the New York Guardians, the St. Louis Battlehawks, and the Tampa Bay Vipers. And then the Western Conference is the Dallas Renegades, the Houston Roughnecks, the Los Angeles Wildcats, and the Seattle Dragons.
Okay, can I just point out that if you want to watch a kind of middling football league with only 8 teams with something that includes the name Rough and Cats in it, you can watch the CFL, which is already a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It already exists.
And has pretty good football.
Yeah.
And we used to have 2 teams named the Rough Riders. I'm sorry, 1 team named the Rough Riders and 1 team named the Rough Riders.
Yes.
Oh, well, that clears everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This went on for like 20 years before they're like, maybe one of you should change.
Yeah.
And Saskatchewan was like, this is all we have. Let us have it.
They went, oh, that's right.
Please don't take this from us. We need this. It's all we've got.
Yeah.
That is so not how they said that.
Answering my question from earlier, the Canucks are 9-5-3 so far.
That's not
this
bad.
season, placing them tied for 3rd
Yeah.
in their
That's not bad.
conference. So that's
The Moat Man,
actually
that is
not
correct.
bad.
That is absolutely how you spell Rough Riders and Rough Riders, yes.
I feel like if the Canucks go all the way, which they have never done, they never win the Stanley Cup. If the Canucks go all the way, next year at Desert Bus, I'll eat a hat. It might be a cake or a taco shaped like a hat. You know, just because I don't think I could eat a real hat, but I will eat a hat on camera if the Canucks win the Stanley Cup.
That is like the safest bet
I
to
know.
make, though. Like, they might make it to the playoffs, but
They
I
have
don't think
multiple times.
anybody anticipates they're going to win.
I just had that mental picture of Kathleen sitting down with a full, like a little bench, the tablecloth, nice silverware set, and someone just brings out a baseball hat.
Actually, I will eat a baseball hat carved from Spam.
Oh, wow.
Can you
Why
fry the
would you-
Spam first at least so it's not awful?
No, because I think it would be less pliable.
That's fair.
Hot take, Spam is actually really good.
I've never had
And I love
Spam.
it.
Spam Masubi is awesome.
All right.
Spam's great.
All right, well
Never
then
had
I will
either.
enjoy eating that Spam hat if it comes to it. Wait, what's more feculent? Is corned beef good secretly from a can?
From a can? Probably not.
Okay, I'll eat a hat made of that.
Ooh.
All right, so you
I
have
mean, I'm
0
glad I'm
faith.
not eating it.
Captain Beef Hat.
Graham, please take us away from Captain Beef Hat.
I don't know if I have that
Look,
power.
Trout Mask Replica is not, it's totally unlistenable, but it's very important. It proved to people how bad they could make music that would still sell.
Oh.
Nobody got my Captain Beefheart joke.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
I got a tiny chuckle from Max.
I barely got my Captain Beefheart joke.
I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you just made Captain Beefheart a thing from the
Captain
hat.
Beefheart is very famous for making music that sounds like it's not put together correctly, but also is very sophisticated in parts and then devolves. And like it was very influential because people were like, "Wow, I could make music that obeys none of the laws of conventional music. I could really get out there." And he's sort of like a revered figure in the psychedelic rock circles.
He was a protege of Frank Zappa, and eventually he essentially got too weird for Frank Zappa. It's a bit of a generalization, but that's kind of the end result.
Corey is actually the expert on this era of music.
I'm gonna pull us back for a second.
Yeah.
Just Loki IX in chat asked, wait, didn't Vancouver win the cup a few years ago? I thought they burned the whole city down. The answer to that is no. That happened
why
because the
they
Canucks didn't win the cup.
Because they almost did.
They
Because
tanked it.
They almost did. They made it to, what was it, overtime in Game 7
Yeah.
of the finals and
Yeah.
lost to the Bruins, which is precisely what had happened in 1996, the last time they had made it to the finals, where they lost in
Also-
overtime in Game 7.
And something I like to point. I'm sorry, Ben. You were saying?
I was just gonna say they lost to the best team in the NHL,
Ah.
Boston Bruins.
Wow.
You and I are gonna have some words.
I'll let you have that just because they're one of the original 6.
Words tumbling out of my brain. Just for anyone who's not local to here, you will have only seen the stories about the riots that followed the game, and not all the people that then showed up the next day to clean up after the riots, because that's not nearly as entertaining a story. I just like pointing that out because people are like, "Oh my God, everybody in Vancouver went wild after the thing." No, they didn't. Also, there was a non-zero number, a fairly high percentage, honestly, that were like, "There's going to be a riot after this thing one way or another, so let's just go to Vancouver and break stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have no stake in this hockey game.
Yeah.
We're just going to use this as an excuse to ruin the place," and
Yeah.
that gave the whole city a bad name.
Yeah. There had been a riot after the 1996 Cup run
Yeah.
when they lost in Game 7. And so the media was even pushing it leading up to it. It's like, oh, there's going to be a riot. There's going to be a riot. And it just was like a powder keg.
So,
There they are
yeah.
in front of the BMO building. I worked in that building. Ah.
Someone asked, so who won the Goose thing? We don't know yet because the comms team is still organizing all of the entries because there was 140 of them.
More.
There's more
There's
now.
more than that.
We're on K.
You're on K?
Excuse me?
We're working on it. Don't worry.